Greetings, royal family. It's growing up hip hop time. It's growing up hip hop time. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I know I am late, but I am here nonetheless. Episode 11, Growing Up Hip Hop. Thanks for clicking on the video. Let's get into it. So we pick up and we are still at this family meeting that Sam called because he runs stuff, right? So Pep has that darn gavel, and she really believes that she is like the black Judge Judy. You know what I mean? Like she is, I told y'all, she has clocked out for lunch on an extended lunch break. We don't even call her back. We don't even want her back. So Sam actually says that he feels TT is like a playground, playing playground games, like a kid on the playground, something like that, that likes him. I bust out laughing. This episode was hilarious, and I totally appreciate it because I don't take any of these people seriously whatsoever, and I hope you don't either. So Pep says that TT brought this all on herself because she did tell TT to leave Sam and Egypt alone, and she didn't. Now Pep is in her confessional, right? And she actually has this gavel in her confessional, waving it around like, what's wrong? Who gave this woman this gavel? Anyway, Sam ends up leaving, thank God. He ends up walking out, and then Egypt and TT are left to talk, y'all, okay? So the only thing that Egypt is doing at this point is defending Sam. She's defending her boyfriend. And then TT says, you know, don't be so quick to get like flipped with me as it pertains to Sam because, you know, you're the one that told me that you paid his child support. But honestly, are we surprised? Are we surprised? I wasn't. So Egypt says it was only once. So I don't want to clap because I have this microphone right here. Sweetie, that's one time too many. You are 19 years old when you guys started going together. And you know what? Like I said, I wasn't going to take these people seriously, right? When TT said that, I was like, oh my, no surprise there whatsoever. Girl, you are young and dumb, honey. What are you doing paying his child support? I wish I would be 19 years old. First of all, when I was 19, I wasn't dating anybody with kids. Auntie Wendy Williams taught me something, and so did my mammy and the men in my family. Moving along, TT tells Egypt that, you know, if she wants to stick with her man, that is totally fine, girl, do so. But she said that she is not interested in being a part of it. TT has spoken. So we move on to Boogie. Boogie, he goes to see Vanessa in her office, and he says he needs advice on how to deal with his father. Now, I thought that this was another funny scene. Vanessa strikes me as someone who's extremely indecisive, and she doesn't strike me as the type of person to like give good advice on family issues. You know, she seems like she's very sweet, and she'll listen to you, and she'll provide you with comfort. But advice, not so much. Now, mind you, Boogie came to see her for advice, and then she starts talking about taking the role in the movie that Master P is one of the executive producers or directors of, and that she said that she needs to talk to Romeo. So I said, that is the first mention of his name. Let's keep count, okay? I'm gonna keep count as to how many times Romeo's name comes up. So Vanessa is asking Boogie how she should approach Romeo because she still plans on talking to him about, you know, him sharing his feelings to her, and then about Angela and her running back to tell Angela. And like I said, Boogie came there for advice from her, right? And then she ends up turning around asking him, how should I do this? And then I noticed that Boogie also made his remarks about Romeo too. Are you guys noticing the shift? Everybody has something negative. Just about everybody has something negative to say about Romeo all of a sudden, right? I don't know if you guys saw my What the Friday video, the Saturday edition, but I did report that Romeo actually quit the show. He said that he's tired of this, you know, fake storyline dragging out between some love triangle or fake love story with him and Angela. So he walked away from the show. So I guess that's why it's kind of, we see, you know, limited appearances from him. And if you notice, everybody's mentioning his name. And I know that he is going to appear later on in the season, but he doesn't plan on returning, you know, once the season is over. So we move on to TT and Brianna. Now, TT is filling Brianna in on the family meeting, and TT basically said that she is done at this point. She says, I pass the baton over to you, Brianna. You know, you can go ahead and finish the investigative reporting and the digging as far as it pertains to Sam. I'm done. My family doesn't have my back. I need to just disassociate myself with this completely. So Bree is filling TT in at the same time on the exchange that she had with Pep. Remember last episode, Pep was like, I don't want to put my gavel down. And she says, are you threatening me? And just a whole mess. So TT, again, she's bowing out of this, Sam investigation. Brianna isn't. She plans on having a meeting with Troy. I think he is supposed to be finding out some dirt on Sam. And Brianna, I'm sure, will bring that to light. All right, it's about to get corny, y'all. So bear with me. It's about to get corny. So Bow Wow. We're at Bow Wow's. I guess I thought it was a hotel, but I guess it's his condo, apartment, whatever. Looks like a party is going on. And I didn't really want to watch, but Little Twist was in the scene, so I decided to watch. I love that guy. So he was, he was there talking about, Bow Wow's parties are always wild and all this other stuff. He gets a phone call from his mom, and he's like, I think my mama's calling me. He's like, hold up. I think he was pouring a drink. He's like, hold up. I got to call my mom. And he ran off saying, like, my mama calling me. Like, I love him. He actually left out of the room where he was and took the call from his mama. That's so sweet. So JoJo shows up, and I'm wondering, JoJo's like walking down the hallway. They have it like all in slow motion, panning from his sneakers up like he's some big boss. So I'm like, what's going on here? Like, is this supposed to be his bachelor party? We find out that it is. It's going to get corny. So JoJo arrives. Everybody's like, hey, JoJo's here. All right, the man, audience participation was good, or, the extras participation was good. So we got to give them a round of applause. So he gets pressured into drinking, JoJo. So that's my chair, y'all. I just have a feeling, is it me? Or at this point, right? Because, I take notes while I'm watching. So at this point, this is what I'm saying to myself. Like, I just have a strong feeling that JoJo gets even more corny when he drinks alcohol. Like, is it me? So the girls show up, honey, and they look like they could have been like WeTV's office staff. That's all I'm going to say about that, okay? So we don't know who these girls are. So JoJo, he ends up going outside with the fellas, and he's like, yeah, I want to smoke. So they're on the balcony, and they're smoking. And Boogie is actually being a chatty Patty, as his father would say, and he's talking about Romeo. Now, I'm definitely going to have a final tally at the end of this video of how many times Romeo's name was mentioned throughout this episode. Trust me. Anyway, so they end up going back inside, and JoJo, he's getting a lap dance, which was so hilarious. Like, if you guys seen the episode, please comment below. Like, JoJo looks so awkward. Like, it was just funny. And all of them are standing around gawking at the fact that JoJo's getting a lap dance. First of all, this is what I don't understand. Why was he laying on the floor? Bow Wow had furniture in his place. Like, he couldn't sit on the chair. He had to lay on the floor. Anyway, so the fellas in their confessional, like, they're trying to convince, some of them, they're trying to convince us that, us as the viewers, right? They're really trying to convince us that JoJo was taking things to the extreme. Like, Little Twist was like, oh, JoJo was wilding. And then, of course, Bow Wow, he'll do anything, they tell him to do. So he's like, putting 20 on 10. He's like, yo, what are you doing, JoJo? Like, they were editing. It looked like they chopped up scenes and like they edited out certain things. And so we didn't get to see like what Bow Wow and Little Twist were referring to. And I do have to say that Twist and Bow Wow are really good friends to JoJo. Like, they are keeping up with this lie that JoJo is this like playboy. Because, Bow Wow in his confessional was like, oh my God, like I look over and I'm like, yo, JoJo, what are you doing? And I guess us as the viewers were supposed to be like, oh my God, JoJo, you taking it too far, player. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we move on to these two clowns, Dame and Pep, right? Just when I thought it couldn't get any funnier and cornier, right? So they're at a cigar shop, like at a cigar lounge, and they're supposed to be, they're supposed to be ironing out their issues. Because, Dame doesn't really like the fact that Pep had Boogie drinking and partying, whatever story they want to make up now. I thought that this was over with. Anyway, so Dame. all Dame talks about is like who disrespects him, who's being sued, or who is suing him, this and that, money and money. And it's just like, it just reminds me, every time I see him, it reminds me of the saying, a fool and his money will soon part ways. And every time I see Dame Dash or hear about him or hear his voice, that's what I think of. So he and Pep basically had a pointless conversation. And as usual, Dame wants to control the conversation. You know, this is the same issue that we see Boogie having with him. This is why he doesn't talk to his father, because he can't talk to his father, because Dame has to, all Dame kept saying is, can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? Like, good grief. You know, and Pep was just getting annoyed, but she was acting kooky as well. So Dame goes into talking about getting his affairs in order, getting his estate in order before Rocky has this baby, because Rocky was pregnant. And he spent a lot of money on, you know, fertility doctors for Rocky to become pregnant. And, you know, I'm just going to say this. I think that Dame spent all that money. First of all, he wants to be able to say he spent all that money, because you know how he is. He spent all that money on fertility doctors, and he wants to have a baby with Rocky, in my opinion, because I think he knows he messed up as a father. And as you know, as it pertains to his children, he messed up the relationship, and they don't want to talk to him because they can't talk to him. So I guess he thinks this is like a do-over or like a second chance to kind of do it right. And his children are grown now, and it's like they don't have to put up with Dame's behavior. And instead of him just standing up like a man and listening to the gripes that his kids have with him, which is the same gripe that just about everybody has, and, you know, fixing it, because he did play a part in damaging this relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, fixing it. Instead of him standing in it, standing in his truth and fixing it, he blames everyone else, and then he wants to go and create a new life and a new child or whatever. I just have never seen someone with no liquid assets get sued so much. Like, he is... Oh. Moving along, cousin TT is packing up, and she says, I'm out of here, okay? She is headed to Jamaica to see her man. She's not going to Egypt's engagement party, and I don't blame her. And I think what really hurt her the most is the fact that Pep was perpetuating this rumor that Sam made up, and Pep didn't have her back. And Pep is supposed to be the adult in this situation. That's her aunt. You know, she looks up to her. And it seems that Sam so easily is able to come in and dictate what happens, and everybody's on Sam's side, and she feels left out. So I don't blame her. I wouldn't be going either, and I would be out. Like, I don't know. I'm just not here for it. So we move. All right, WeTV. I'm gonna need y'all to cut the crap. I am really gonna need, because I was not prepared for this next scene. I am really gonna need y'all to cut the crap. So they open the next scene with Sam in the booth. He's in the studio, and he is howling. He's making some type of howling noise on the mic, and I literally screamed. I literally screamed in here, like, what's going on? So now Sam is a singer. I thought that he was a rock rapper, a Joker rock style rapper. So now he sings. Is that what we're doing here? He's getting a lot of camera time lately, isn't he? Mm-hmm. So Egypt, she shows up to the studio, and it's funny that we see Egypt in the studio as it pertains to Sam. Is it me? When was the last time we saw Egypt in the studio, actually in the booth on a mic? You know, I don't know why everybody, when they have the headphones on, they do all this holding the ear, you know, when the headphones can go on. But some people are like, looking out, you know, like, why did they do that? Whatever. It's funny. We haven't seen Egypt in the booth, right? All season. So they're discussing the engagement party, and Sam is supposed to make some sort of an announcement at this party. That's pretty much the long and short of that scene. He's like, oh, you know, when they find out, you know, I know that they're going to judge me. And I'm like, what announcement? That, what, he's broke? What? What's the announcement? Who cares? Anyway, moving along. Angela, oh God, she shows up to Bow Wow's place, right? First of all, Bow Wow was asleep. Angela's pounding on the door. The place looks a mess. You know, she really is annoying. She is, oh God. She wants to find out what happened at JoJo's bachelor party, right? So she's just like, why does it look like this in here? And it stings. Why does it look like it's in here? Because there was a bachelor party the night before, duh. Ugh, God, such a dingbat sometimes. Anyway, now I have a couple of questions. Now, if they hired strippers who usually work to get paid, right? Why was there all that fake money on the floor the next morning? Now, I paused the TV and I looked. You know what I'm saying? And I know my eyeballs ain't the greatest, but that looked like fake money on the floor. Even if it wasn't fake money, the strippers left and left all that money on the floor. Diamond and them in the Players Club would never. Did y'all catch that? Let me know if you guys saw that. The money did look fake, but even if it was real, what dancers leave money on the floor? Oh no, honey. Diamond would never. Anyway, so Bow Wow, he starts flirting with Angela, and then she starts saying, stop. Like, why does she always do that? She always acts like that, like when someone compliments her or flirts with her. Stop. Anyway, JoJo calls and he shows Bow Wow love. You know, Angela's still in Bow Wow's apartment. So JoJo calls and he shows, he thanks Bow Wow for like the night before for the bachelor party. And then he tells Angela that she should actually give Bow Wow a chance. And then Angela goes into her usual, oh my God, no, what do you mean? We're not walking down the aisle. What are you talking about? Like, so now, here's the spin, y'all. You realize what's happening now. So now the spin is going to make us think that Bow Wow and Angela are a possibility because Romeo is no more. You understand what I'm saying? We see you, WeTV, we see you. So I also noticed that Bow Wow did say that he used to stay with Angela when she used to reside in that same place. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what did she say? I know where the pool is. You know, I used to live here. And he says, I know, I used to stay with you. I used to live here. And she's like, whatever. He was like, I used to stay with you. And then he's like, it's the truth. And she was like, anyway, and ran out the door. So y'all was shacking up? Interesting. Tell me if y'all caught that. Tell me if you guys caught that. So they move on and they're sitting by the pool and they're talking. And Angela brings up Romeo. She mentioned his name. Angela says, like, you know, you can't, in her confessional, you can't compare Romeo to Bow Wow. It's like comparing apples to oranges. Angela, you're the only one that's comparing Romeo to Bow Wow. Nobody else was comparing them. No one. Were you guys? You guys weren't. No one else was comparing them. So again, they are really selling this new storyline to us that, you know, Angela and Bow Wow could be a possibility. So Angela, she brings up when they were dating, when they were younger. And she says that, you know, when they were 17, Bow Wow was playing out here. He liked to play and him not being ready to settle down. I really want to know if Angela's dumb. I'm serious. I want to know if she is dumb because you let me know what average 17-year-old is ready and capable of settling down in a serious committed relationship. Let me know. Like, are you serious? He wanted to play. You wanted to get married at 17, 18? Let alone a famous 17-year-old with access to money, with access to all this attention. You really thought that he was going to be faithful? And that's what you're holding against him? What's wrong with Angela, though, for real? Anyway, so I guess because the Romeo storyline crashed and burned, because it's being reported that he quit the show, they called Bow Wow up. This is what I'm thinking in my head. They called Bow Wow up and said, look, Bow Wow, we need you to step in, you know. And he happily stepped in. Of course, he wasn't doing anything else. So, Angela, girl, you out here looking super crazy. You really are. And I said before, like, why don't we see Angela in her element of her career? That's what I want to see. You know, I want to see something other than you bounce from Romeo to Bow Wow. Like, that's what this is all going to be. So for the next couple of episodes, when Bow Wow is on, we're going to actually think that there's some possibility between the two of them. Anyway, the final tally is 10, ladies and gentlemen. Romeo's name was mentioned 10 times in this episode. I think I missed a couple, you know what I'm saying? But from what I remember on my little, you know, scrap paper, I jotted down 10 times. The man was not even in the episode, yet his name was mentioned 10 times. So Royal Family, if you made it to the end of this video, be sure to hit the like button. Don't be shy, drop a comment. You don't have to agree with anything that I said or anyone else in the comment section, but be respectful. All disrespectful comments with profanity will be deleted, just to let you know. So, Royal Family, that's it for Growing Up Hip Hop. Let me know what you think. You know I interact with you guys in the comments, so let's make this fun. This episode was hilarious. JoJo getting the lap dance from the WeTV office staff ladies was hilarious. All right, so what do you guys think the big secret is that Sam is going to reveal at the engagement party? Do you care? I don't. So, Royal Family, I will see you guys soon. Make sure you have your notifications on. Get down in the comments, like I said, blow the comment section up. Be sure to share the video, like the video. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. If you are looking for a YouTube home to call your own, subscribe and click the notification bell. We welcome you with open arms here in the Royal Family. So I'm signing off, okay? Because I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about this. Remember, the final tally was 10 times Romeo's name was mentioned. He wasn't even in the episode. Until next time, Royal Family,